Everyone get ready. This episode of Corpse Factory has full-on breakdowns, deals with the dead, and the discovery of my identity. Let's go ahead and dive on in to Corpse Factory. June 8th, Monday evening. I'm rather proud of myself today. During my morning routine, I made sure to take my medication in the correct doses, and I even washed it down with water. It didn't even interfere with my strict schedule. I still managed to catch the usual train. I got to the convenience store at the usual time and I arrived at the office without a hitch. If I can keep up this dedication, this commitment to improving myself, I know I can be stronger than ever, strong enough to fulfill Corpse Girl's ambitions. I greeted both Shinya and Tomoe when I came into the office and even made small talk for a few minutes. Since the day has nearly ended now, I'm going to make an effort to chat with them again before heading home. Being social will help me get through this. That's what Aoi used to tell me anyway, at least before she stopped being social herself. It's about 5:45 p.m. and although both of my latest victims should have killed themselves by now, I don't feel the need to obsessively check for their obituaries. I have a news alert set on my phone, of course. It uncovers anything, I'll be notified, but even if it doesn't, I won't stress out. I'm playing it cool. Cool, stoic, unflinching Noriko. The drone in the office always reaches its nadir at this time in the evening. It's actually quite pleasant being able to sit in a quiet environment and feel the soft breeze of the air conditioner against my skin. I like to take this time to slowly pack away my things and get ready for the journey home. As I take off my headphones and stretch my arms, Tomoe approaches me with a spring in her step.
What up, slut?
About a week ago, I would have taken Tomoe's greeting as an insult. Now that I know her a little better, I can tell she's actually just being affectionate. Despite any differences we may have once had, she really seems to have warmed up to me lately.
Hello. How did your day go? Same old. What about you? It went well, thanks. Good to hear. Shinya and I are supposed to go out tonight, but... What's wrong? Hasn't he seemed, kinda off today? He can barely look me in the eye. Really? I spoke to him this morning. He seemed okay. You don't reckon he's seen another woman, do ya? Huh? Another woman?
Some fragment of a memory, some glimpse of a murky recollection flutters around the corners of my mind, just out of reach. Shinya and another woman. Something is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite formulate my thoughts.
Shinya isn't the type to cheat, though, so I don't know.
Cheating, no. Shinya wouldn't do that. Shinya's being, harassed, guys. He was so nervous when he spoke to me about being pressured into sex. Yeah, pressured into sex. Oh, that's it. The memory that was floating around the edges of my consciousness has come into the light. Shinya spoke to me hypothetically about being pressured into sex. He said Tomoe wasn't the one pressuring him, so who was he talking about? Is this something I should talk to Tomoe about? If Shinya really is having a hard time and acting differently around Tomoe, then their relationship could really be in trouble. But is it even my place to say anything? No. Shinya spoke to me in confidence. He's my friend. But Tomoe is my friend too, and she seems genuinely worried about him. That is a hard position. I take a deep breath. This is just office drama like usual. Noriko would normally just reject it all and ignore these people. She wouldn't give it a second thought. But that's unhealthy, anxious, scared, weak Noriko. I don't want to be that girl anymore. I can be more than that. I'm improving day by day, and part of that improvement involves being more social. It's good for me, right? Shinya and Tomoe are my friends. People want their friends to be happy. That's normal. That's normal, right? I think so. Therefore, I want them to be happy. Together. I swallow hard and speak my mind. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Tomoe, I think that Shinya may be involved with another woman. What? Are you serious? Listen though, it's not exactly how it sounds. He came to me a little while ago and asked what to do if someone pressured him into sex. I know that you're not the one he was referring to, so... I think he may be in trouble. I think someone else might be forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do. What the fuck? He spoke to you about it, but not me? Tomoe, he seemed really depressed about it. I think he wanted to resolve the situation without having to worry you. Yeah, I get what you mean, but... Who the hell is trying to seduce him? I'm afraid I have no clue about that. Sorry. Okay, that's fine. Thanks for telling me this anyway. Now at least I know something's up with him. I'm gonna speak to him. I'll make him cough up what's what. Are you sure that's the best thing to do? Yeah, cause I'll let him know that I'll take care of everything. If some bitch is putting the moves on my Shinya, I'll smack him into the ground. Of course. I don't know why I ever doubted you.
Tomoe grins, despite her obvious frustration, and gives me a thumbs up.
Thanks, gang. I'll keep you updated.
Okay, good luck.
She spins on her heel and leaves me behind. I think I did the right thing. Surely Tomoe will get to the bottom of the situation. I watch as she wanders over to Shinya's desk. They exchange a few words that I can't hear from my position. Tomoe then leaves, and Shinya sluggishly lowers his head to rest against his desk. Now that Tomoe has left the office, only a handful of stragglers remain on this floor, myself and Shinya included. I find myself watching Shinya for more than a few minutes. He doesn't seem to notice that my gaze is locked on him. A few more of my coworkers take their leave and an eerie quiet descends over the empty office floor. I remain in my chair, staring intently at Shinya's distraught face. We're the only ones still here. He doesn't show any signs of moving. It's kind of unnerving to see him like this. It's not like he's the peppiest or most energetic person I've ever met, but to see him so drained and motionless makes me feel uncomfortable. I owe it to my newest convictions to go and talk to Shinya. More than that, I owe it to him. I find myself striding toward his desk before my mind even registers that I'm moving.
Hey.
I'm slightly startled when he immediately looks up at me. The sudden movement is reminiscent of a corpse springing into life in a B-grade zombie film.
Noriko!
Not feeling well?
Not really. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be here if I'm unwell. I didn't mean to worry you.
Don't sweat it.
I'll, take my leave then.
If he leaves now, I won't feel like I've done anything to help him. As awkward as it feels to pry into the personal affairs, I need to dig deeper if I'm going to try and help him feel better. But what should I even say? I'm gonna say, tell me what's wrong.
Tell me what's wrong.
I don't expect my blunt words to get through to him. I don't expect anything, really. I'm not used to confronting people about the shit they're facing in their personal lives. I'm usually content to simply sit on the sidelines and watch.
No need to worry. I'll be okay.
He tries to smile, but his composure cracks under the weight of his blatant lie. I quickly try to piece together what I know about his current situation. Based on the slivers of information I've been drip-fed, I'm certain that someone has been sexually assaulting him. At the very least, someone has been trying to force him into doing something he doesn't want to do. I don't know who that person could be. It could be someone from the office, it could be someone from his private life. I'm confident that it's not Tomoe. Shinya isn't the kind of person to ever stand up for himself, and he's probably not the type of person to speak up when he's feeling down. But his recent composure reveals volumes about how he's truly feeling. Whatever the situation is, it's painfully obvious that Shinya is a victim. Whatever is happening in his life is not his fault, and he's too proud or stoic or embarrassed to seek help, even from his own girlfriend. If I don't put one foot forward and cut to the chase, chances are Shinya will never build up the courage to ask for help before it's too late.
Someone is sexually assaulting you, right?
He doesn't say anything, he doesn't even flinch, which I have to give him credit for. This is a guy that couldn't keep up from blushing the last time the word sex was mentioned around him.
Yes.
His calm response and even calmer demeanor divulges his inner turmoil.
I see.
I don't know what to say next. I see probably wasn't the best starting point, but I am truly at loss for words. He confessed so readily, and I expected more resistance.
Can you tell me who it is?
I can't tell anyone.
It's the boss lady, I guarantee it.
Not you. Not Tomoe.
Oh, honey.
I can't even tell my father, and he's a detective. A powerful authority figure. There's nothing I can do. I'm trapped.
Trapped. It's a feeling I'm all too familiar with. It's a feeling shared by countless victims, not that Shinya and I have ever gone through the same trauma. A part of me can't help but wonder if that feeling of helplessness is what flashes through the minds of my own victims. Actually, I don't have to wonder. I know it to be true. The realization makes me feel simultaneously queasy and satisfied.
What will happen if you tell someone?
I don't know. If the truth comes out, I could lose my job. I could lose Tomoe.
His job. Then it's somebody we work with, somebody in this very office that has been taking advantage of Shinya.
Somebody here then.
I speak my thoughts aloud and he looks directly at me.
How?
You're worried you'll lose your job if you come forward. It's obvious. Sorry, I'm not trying to sound rude. If this person found out you came forward, you'd lose your job. Then it's someone in power. A manager, an exec, and that's why you can't tell me.
That's right.
I nod. I can see the predicament.
So, you don't have to say another word to me.
Huh?
It wouldn't be your fault if I stumbled upon someone assaulting you. It wouldn't be your fault if I was around to witness it.
Noriko.
A gleam of resolution sparkles from deep within Shinya's cloudy eyes. It's almost as if he's come up with a brilliant scheme, a scheme that I not so subtly planted within his mind. Shinya takes a deep breath before collecting his
I'm
bag.
taking the elevator up to the executive offices. Please don't follow me.
With that, he gently pushes past me and makes a beeline for the elevator. Here we go, everyone. As the doors close behind him and the familiar thrum of the elevator pans out around me, I stand still and close my eyes. I count to 100 in my head, giving Shinya a generous head start. The sun dips behind the office towers in the distance, while my eyes are closed. When I finally finish counting, I open my eyes to a dark and empty office. With a deep breath, I walk into the traces of Shinya's footsteps towards the elevator. I've never been to this level of the building before. What reason would I have to visit the executive offices? When execs have business with junior staff, they descend from the lofty perch and grace us with their presence on the 14th floor.
I'm surprised you came to see me again.
It's definitely Ida, right? A woman's voice from nearby catches my attention. It's a hushed yet aggressive tone, like the whisper of a venomous serpent.
Are you finally going to let me have my way?
Ew. I creep out of the elevator, hoping against hope that ding of the elevator's arrival wasn't noticed by the owner of the unidentified voice.
Stop it!
That was Shinya's voice. I creep around a corner and catch a glimpse of two bodies at a nearby desk. Ooh.
Come on now. I'm tired of playing games with you. You want to please me, don't you? I'm your superior after all.
Gross.
How can you expect to get ahead in this company without sucking up to your superiors?
Disgusting. Kotomi Ida. The executive with Shinya's career in her hands, the very same woman who blamed Shinya for the mishap with hiring Aoi. So that whole situation was more in-depth than I originally thought. It was never about Aoi. It was about holding power over Shinya.
Miss Ida, please, I just came here to...
Oh, I don't want to hear it. Take your shirt off.
Gross. I swallow hard. I knew that Shinya was in trouble, but I didn't expect things to escalate this quickly. I don't have time to think rationally. I stride forward rather loudly and purposefully, bump into a desk, sending a potted plant tumbling to the carpeted floor with a dull thwump. Kotomi's neck pivots at full speed and she turns to face me. Her eyes narrow into hateful slits as she withdraws from Shinya. Within seconds, Kotomi has abandoned Shinya and drawn close to me.
Kurosawa, what in hell's name do you think you're doing here?
Witnessing you assaulting an employee.
This level is for executives only. I should have you thrown out of here by security.
What about you?
Fujikawa isn't an executive either, Miss Ida. And he looks quite at home here.
Shinya stands in the background, shyly tidying his shirt. Kotomi's eyes somehow narrow even further to the point where I'm certain she can't possibly see anything.
Fujikawa's business here is none of your concern, Kurosawa. Leave. Now, or I'll have you forcefully removed.
I fold my arms over my chest and dig my heels into the ground. Good, Noriko. I'm not one for confrontation. I'm not one to hold my ground against a powerful adversary. And yet this vivid image of Tomoe has bloomed in my mind. Tomoe, so strong-willed and head over heels in love with Shinya. Tomoe, who would do anything to protect the guy she adores. In Tomoe's absence, it falls to me to protect Shinya.
Fuck off, you filthy skank.
Ooh! I can't believe the foul words that tumble out of my mouth. Apparently, Kotomi can't believe it either, because her eyes finally widen and her jaw drops. She looks like a stupid fucking idiot. Somehow, Tomoe's indomitable spirit seems to have inhabited my body. My words echo her own. That, or I've just managed to find a temporary burst of courage.
What did you say to me?
You heard me?
You heard me loud and clear.
That's right.
Back off from Shinya. If I catch word that you're harassing him, I'll have you in a legal headlock quicker than you can blink.
True, true.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Trust me, I know enough to bury a dirty slut like you.
Ooh! Kotomi grits her teeth and a vein protrudes from her forehead. Without another word, she simply pushes past me, her shoulders slam into mine, but by some minor miracle, I manage to hold my ground. I hear her footsteps fade away as she leaves the floor. I exhale sharply and a wave of dizziness suddenly washes over me.
Noriko, that was amazing!
I nod and sway a little, then take another deep breath and rebalance myself.
Happy to be of assistance.
I can tell Shinya doesn't know what to do next. He looks like he wants to hug me, but given the gravity of the recent situation, we both silently decide that's not the best idea. Instead, he settles for patting my shoulder with his hand.
Thank you, Noriko. Thank you so much. I don't know where you get your courage. Perhaps I could stand to learn a thing or two from you.
Don't sweat it.
I'm going to go home for now. I hope that's okay.
Of course. Go get some rest.
Shinya smiles for the first time in a while, and he releases his hand from my shoulder. After he's gone, I collapse into a nearby chair and listen to the frenzied sound of blood pounding through my veins. Steam and suds fill my vision as a pleasant torrent of hot water sprays across my body. The tiles on the shower wall are polished to a pure forge a bond with Shinya. Aww. Yes. The tiles on the shower wall are polished to a pearly sheen, so much so that I can see my own hulking and beautifully ugly reflection in them. Honey, come on. The shadow in the reflection has dark, matted hair in her eyes. I don't know if she can see me like I can see her. I wipe my hair from my eyes and stare into space, trying to shake the abstract thoughts from my mind. It isn't until my phone springs to life from the bathroom countertop that my thoughts return to the present. I startle at the noise. I peer through the shower's glass door, but it's impossible to make out the name flashing on the phone screen thanks to the steam that has fogged up the glass. Oi is the only person who regularly calls me, so it could be her ringing. Or it could be a spam caller trying to sell me something I really don't need, but I may just cave in and buy it anyway because it's a nice feeling that someone thought to call me. I open the shower door and tiptoe out, my wet and dripping body causing pools of water to form on the bathroom floor. A deft hand snatches up my phone, and I clutch it to my chest as I retreat back into the shower. The water never stopped running, and it greets me with a welcome warmth as I bask in it once more. My phone is a fairly new model, so it's conveniently waterproof. I take advantage of this feature on occasion. It's nice to be able to submerge myself in water and browse the web to truly escape my own thoughts. Heavy droplets smack against the phone and dribble down, but my eyes ignore them as they scan the screen. The incoming call is a voice chat request from noise user Koji Koji. Kojiro is calling me? I answer the call.
Noriko?
Hey.
Hi. Good time?
Sure.
Mad. Wanted to tell you something. I saw a post on... This call has static.
Sorry, it's just the shower running.
Oh, in the shower?
Yeah?
Huh. Okay. Well, sorry. Awkward now.
You made it awkward, buddy.
Really, it's fine. What did you want to tell me?
Okay. Saw a new post on Noise Chan today. Posted this afternoon. Might interest you.
Message board Noise Channel is often affectionately referred to as Noise Chan by certain frequent users. I'm not really surprised that Kojiro is the type to call it that.
What was the post about?
Well, someone wrote this. I quote, "Hey, so today I got a strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts." Continuing, "Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something?" End quote. Thoughts?
A strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts.
Sounds like Corpse Girl has struck again.
Right? Thought the same thing.
I wonder who wrote the post. Kojiro mentioned the post was written today, and the original poster wrote that they received a photo today. That means it can only be one of the two people, either of my latest victims. The carbon copy businessman or the attractive, semi-famous singer, idol, actor, whatever woman.
So, who wrote this post anyway?
Don't know. Anonymous.
Of course, it was a stupid question. No one would attach their name to such a strange post.
Was hoping you could tell me.
How would I know?
Well, you're Corpse Girl, right?
This again? Kojiro just doesn't let it slide. Why does he suspect me now? What did I do this time?
It's okay. We can discuss later. Oh yeah, the original post has a reply.
It does?
I'll read it too. Quote, "You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number. Continuing, thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting." End quote.
So the first post received a reply. Interesting. Very interesting. Both posters talked about receiving a photo. That can only mean that one of them is the boring businessman and one of them is the semi-famous woman. However, the fact that they've taken the discussion online instead of just slitting their own throats is rather troubling. Were the photos not convincing enough to make them kill themselves, or not enticing enough to summon another entity to snuff out their souls? Was this attempt just a repeat of the failure I had with the twin woman?
Anyway, enjoy your shower.
Well, Koji knows we're Corpse Girl.
Let's talk tomorrow, Corpse Girl.
Before I can interject, Kojiro ends the call. Shit. He's once again assuming my true identity. He's assuming correctly, but that's beside the point. Well, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Maybe this will actually save me some time and effort. If he already knows I'm Corpse Girl, it should be easy to strike a deal with him in exchange for access to a fresh supply of cadavers. That is if I decide to walk that path and take this game to the next level. Thinking it through, I may very well have to go ahead and do that. My last 3 victims have not ended their lives as I planned. My success rate is very, very low. That's a depressing fact, and one that the old Noriko would probably have to throw a tantrum over. But not me, not new and improved Noriko. I turn off the running water and step out of the shower. A shiver scuttles down my spine like a spider as the cold, damp air clings to my naked form. Throwing my phone onto the bathroom counter, I reach for a towel and wrap it around my corpulent, emaciated body. The thick flap of my skeletal arms jiggles as I dry myself off. When I'm satisfied that my fleshy and cadaverous body is completely dry, I grab a second towel and wrap it around my hair. A cursory glance at the mirror as I leave the bathroom reveals my gaunt face and prominent cheekbones. I get the feeling that even though I've been gaining weight, I am thinning out more and more. Although my body isn't perfect, I'm still in love with my eyes. I wouldn't change a thing about them. While my frame simultaneously glows plumper and slimmer, I hope my eyes will always stay the same. I flick off the bathroom light as I exit. Entering my bedroom, I sit down on the bed with a towel around my body and another one around my hair. My laptop is lying open on the sheets, so I pull it towards me. A few clever keywords in a search engine quickly leads me to the post on Noi's channel that Kojiro just informed me about. Sure enough, he was telling the truth. The original poster submitted this just today, and the follow-up reply was submitted shortly after. I skimmed through the text to see if there are any clues about either poster's identity. However, nothing really stands out. I'll retain my assumptions that my 2 latest victims created these posts. I spent a little time applying various moisturizing creams to my skin before getting dressed in my bedwear. I'm feeling pretty relaxed by the time I finish. Perhaps I'll spend the rest of the evening reading a book in bed. Or I could try and plan my next move with Kojiro. Should I come forward, claim my identity, and request an access to his morgue? It's a big step. This seems to be the time for me to make a bold move. I can't keep working on requests that are doomed to fail. I need to start succeeding. For me, or Corpse Girl. Pull my laptop to me once more and begin to brainstorm my plans. June 9th, Tuesday evening. He should be here by now. I was pretty clear about meeting at 5:30 p.m. It's already 5:45 p.m. and he isn't even in sight. I thought for sure that he wouldn't miss a chance to meet up with me again. I can't contain my nerves. I try to tell myself that I'm only angry because of trepidation, and I'm not actually angry at him. This is a big moment for me. I've never once revealed my identity to anyone. I assume he will take it in stride. I wouldn't be going through with this if I didn't firmly believe that.
Hi.
My neck jerks in reaction to the voice.
There you are.
I'm late?
I make a point of checking the time on my phone and nod.
Sauce. Traffic?
Saws?
You drove here?
No.
Okay.
What did you want to discuss?
I have a request for you. And a confession.
Kojiro's eyes widen and he looks me up and down.
Knew it.
I blink and look down at the ground. He's known for some time. I was fooling myself thinking that my stupid attempts to erase suspicion from my identity were working on him.
You're going to confess your love. Been waiting for this moment.
Wait, no, that's not...
Shh. No more words. I accept your heart.
Kojiro, I don't...
Call me Koji now. We're one. No need to be shy.
Ugh.
This isn't getting me anywhere. Thanks to my frustration and nervousness, I simply blurt out my true confession.
I'm Corpse Girl.
Oh, honey. Kojiro doesn't react. Well, he cocks his head a few degrees to the side, slowly and surely, if you can even call that a reaction to my sudden outburst.
Yes? Okay. So, a kiss to commemorate our love?
Oh my god.
Did you even hear what I just said?
Of course.
I'm Corpse Girl. I'm the one behind the corpse photos and the deaths and...
It feels kind of strange to say these things out loud. For some reason, it leaves a sour and bitter taste in my mouth that I can't swallow.
Yes, I know. Knew it since our first noise chat.
Our first noise chat?
Remember? You messaged me late at night. Asked me if I knew about Corpse Girl.
Is that what tipped you off? You assumed I was her just because I mentioned her?
No.
Then... how? How did you figure it out?
You asked me to look up names. Names of Corpse Girl's victims.
Oh yeah, I did, huh? That was stupid of me.
Yeah, honey.
I suppose that gave it away.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Other people could have known those names.
Then me a bone here. How'd you find out?
You said you requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
Eiichi Hanada, the guy who died in a traffic accident. I remember that I lied to Kojiro about being the one to request his death. It was the only way I would escape his suspicions at the time. If I remember correctly, it threw him off my trail for a while. He believed I was the one who requested the death, so that explained how I knew he was one of the Corpse Girl's victims. But if what Kojiro is telling me now is true, then my lie actually had the opposite effect? How did it make him figure out my identity?
I don't understand. I confessed to requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. So what?
That was a lie.
Even so, I still don't understand. You're not making any sense.
Kojiro's shoulders drop. He stares at me intently.
You lied about requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. That lie proved to me that you're a Corpse Girl.
Yes, but how? Tell me!
He's the one that requested it, right?
I was the one who requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
The music! The drama! Ah! Kojiro's deadpan countenance makes him claim believable beyond all doubt. I feel the blood drain from my
I submitted his
face.
photo to Corpse Girl's website. Imagine my surprise when you claimed that you did it. That lie made it clear. You knew his name. You knew he died. You knew he was Corpse Girl's victim. Ergo, you are Corpse Girl.
Despite my dazed state, I can't fault his logic. I took credit for something Kojiro did, of course, that would paint me as a liar in his eyes.
So, you've known this whole time.
Yes,
And yet, you still met up with me. And not just today, but at the cafe too.
yes.
Aren't you scared of me?
No, that's not the way I'd put it. You should be scared of me. After all, I requested the death.
Nah, honey.
Had motive for murder, even if I didn't carry it out personally. Imagine what else I'm capable of.
Is that a threat? I subconsciously take a step back from Kojiro's suddenly looming form.
From our discussions, I know you don't kill your victims. You just nudge them, urge them, tempt them with death as an escape from their fear. You're no murderer. What reason have I to fear you?
He's right. He's absolutely right. He knows everything about Corpse Girl's methods. My methods. Kojiro is a dangerous enemy. Or a powerful ally. And it's up to me to decide whether he's with me or against me. I recall our conversation at the cafe. He claimed he would support Corpse Girl if she came to him for assistance. He's a fan. He would support her obediently, no questions asked, as long as the price was right. So all I have to do is make him an offer that he can't refuse.
Join me.
Hmm?
Help Corpse Girl rid this fucking world of the fetid filth that infests it.
I decide to quote a certain passage from a book that Kojiro himself gave me. A paragraph from Strange Flower that has stuck with me for some time.
There's a certain beauty in death, a macabre certainty, an absolute state of finality.
Nobel Sinclair.
You understand what I'm talking about? You work with cadavers for a living. The dead can't hurt you. They can't betray you. They can't disobey, or object, or disapprove. Wouldn't it be better if we were all beautiful like that?
Perhaps. Didn't expect Corpse Girl to be so vain. Is your motivation simply to impart your own ideas of beauty to the world?
No,
There's more to it.
of course. Myself, Noriko, may be vain. But Corpse Girl isn't burdened by such petty notions. Her ambition is pure. Her ambition is crucial to the survival of the entire human race.
Thought I had a big ego. You're so self-important. Both you and Corpse Girl.
I don't expect you to understand. Not yet. But I've realized that I can't do everything alone. I need your help. I need cadavers.
I see. What's in it for me?
This is the critical point of our negotiation. It could all fall apart here if I don't offer something that Kojiro considers worth the risk. The question is, what does he want? What does he desire?
I propose an equal partnership. You'll reap half of the benefits from Corpse Girl's work.
This offer is a gamble, and I know that in the back of my mind. However, it was the only feasible solution I could come up with when I planned out this encounter late last night. This tactic relies completely on my assumed understanding of Kojiro's innermost desires. If I'm wrong about him, then this whole thing will blow up in my face.
Corpse Girl will create more death than you could ever imagine. Think of all the fresh corpses you could get your eager little hands on.
Kojiro shakes his head, his lips pursed in a thin line of disapproval.
Sorry, already got my fill of corpses. Morgue's full enough as it is.
I narrow my eyes and stand my ground. I can't back down now. I'm so close to unraveling him and his secrets.
You've always wanted to mimic Nobel Sinclair. I can see it in your face, in your very soul, whenever you praise his work. You want to emulate his actions and experience his escapades firsthand. You want to dress up corpses, take them out to dinner, perform all manner of bizarre social experiments with the dead. It's your passion. But living vicariously through Nobel Sinclair's books isn't enough for you anymore. And that's where your fascination with me, with Corpse Girl, stems from. As soon as you figured me out, you knew I was your gateway to satisfying your lust for the macabre. You work with cadavers all day, every day, but you can't get them out of the morgue with eyes on you at all times. But I can. I have the perfect plan on how to withdraw all the corpses we could ever need. Half of them for you, and half of them for me. An equal partnership.
I end my speech and let Kojiro bask in my words. I hope I was convincing enough to sway him, and I hope I pray that I'm correct about his sickest desires. His reaction isn't exactly what I was expecting. He laughs, a big, hearty guffaw that scares a few nearby birds and sends them flying to safety. Clapping his hands together slowly, he inches closer to me until I can feel his breath across my face.
Figured me out? I'll play along. Say there's a way to get corpses out of the morgue without getting busted. Don't you think I'd have found it by now?
Perhaps you're not as clever as you think you are.
Perhaps, but you have the answer?
I do. I guarantee it will work.
Bead of sweat forms on the back of my neck. I'm not exactly bluffing, because I have planned out this whole scenario in detail. But until I actually try to pull off such a maneuver, I can only speculate that it will work. I need to exaggerate my confidence long enough for us to rally together.
Something about you makes you seem trustworthy. So be it. Consider us partners. For now.
You accept?
Sure. Don't make me regret it. But listen. What I do with my share of corpses is my business. No nosing about. Got it?
You still want to keep secrets, even if we'll be working together? Shouldn't we be open and honest and build a trusting partnership?
Here's the deal. You don't pry, and I'll assist you with Corpse Girl's work.
Yikes.
I'll help you craft your elaborate photos. No charge. I get privacy, you get an assistant. Mutually beneficial. Wouldn't you agree?
I think about his offer. It's true that I don't really need to know what he's going to do with the corpses on offer. The whole thing is illegal already, so if he wants to take it further, that's not on me. And if I can get some assistance, it will surely help me churn out photos at a faster rate. I'll need muscle to move bodies for starters. That alone is worth keeping my nose clean.
Okay, we have a deal.
Glad to hear it.
Kojiro extends a hand and I grip it as firmly as my frail bones will allow. We shake once and Kojiro offers me a surprisingly warm smile. His intense, murderous demeanor suddenly vanishes and he reverts to his awkward, alien self.
Saws about the love confession stuff before. Too late now, but I'd have helped Corpse Girl in return for a simple date.
Seriously? Did I come up with some elaborate insight into his psyche and his desires for absolutely no reason? Was all he wanted was a chance to take me out?
No backing out now. We've got a deal, right?
Right. Welcome to the team, Kojiro.
Team Corpse Girl, huh? Well, it's good to be on board. My more connection, your schemes. We hoist piles of corpses out and split the stack 50-50. That the whole of it?
To put it simply, yeah. And I get your assistance with Corpse Girl's work. A reward for keeping my eyes shut.
Of course. Looking forward to that. A spoken contract's as good as anything to me. I'm satisfied. When do we start?
Soon. There's only one thing missing from my plan.
That is?
We need somewhere to store the bodies we retrieve. Somewhere big, with no one to meddle in our business. I'm thinking an old warehouse or something like that.
A warehouse, huh? What about an abandoned factory? I might know a place.
A factory?
An abandoned factory, all for our corpse collection. I like the sound of that. It's pretty late. By the time I get back home, I'm completely wiped out. That conversation with Kojiro took way more out of me than I would have guessed. My entire mouth feels parched and dry, probably due to a combination of nervousness and talking far too much. Still, I'm happy with the end result. That meeting was worth stepping out of my comfort zone for. I'll wait for Kojiro to get back to me about the abandoned factory. Once we secure a location like that, our real work will begin. I figure that I should turn in for the night since I need to be at the office in the morning. But the ever-present tug of curiosity pulls at my sleeve and I feel myself being drawn to my laptop. I'll take a quick look for new requests, just a peek. Laptop open and logged in, I feel a surge of endorphins slug me across the face when I see the notification for one new request. Squealing like an overly excited schoolgirl, I open the message and view the details. Today, 6:02 p.m. The photo loads almost instantly and fills the screen. A woman, middle-aged with a stern expression, well-groomed and dressed in business attire. And immediately familiar. Katomi Ida. I'm in complete disbelief. Seeing this request come through the site gives me a disorienting sense of deja vu. I rack my brain for the cause, wondering if I've lived this moment before. The answer hits me quickly despite my mind's exhaustion. Kotomi Ida isn't the first coworker of mine to have her death requested. Though I didn't know at the time, Akane Surumaki also worked in my building, and her death was requested not all that long ago. Kotomi Ida marks the second person to be wanted dead within my company, and she's an exec, just like Surumaki. I wonder if this is simply a coincidence. It surely has to be. After all, Tomoe confessed that she was the one to request Surumaki's death, and she seemed to regret doing so. Therefore, I have to doubt that she'd go on to upload Kotomi Ida's photo to the site. So who could want Kotomi Ida dead? She isn't the most likable person, but who really is? She deals with the juniors on my floor on a regular basis, the juniors like me, Tomoe and Shinya. Shinya. That's right. Thanks to Kotomi, Shinya's prospect at the company are dead in the dirt. And that's before even diving into the true issue, their current relationship. Would he request her death as retribution? He doesn't seem like the type, but I let out a sigh. I'm far too tired to run through the myriad possibilities tonight. I don't think I can even bring my weary fingers to navigate to the database of the deceased to start on this request. I'll tackle this tomorrow, no matter the reasons behind the request. Kotomi Ida will receive a corpse photo. That's my conviction as corpse girl, after all. I close the lid of my laptop and throw myself down on the bed, begging for sleep to claim me quickly.